Hey, what's up, y'all? This your girl Gigs. Welcome back to the channel. This is a cigarette diaries video, so y'all already know how it's gonna go down. If you happen to be under the age of 18, this video is not for you. Have very sensitive ears to swearing. A very religious person that only carries your Bible on Sunday, that can't stand to hear a bitch say hoe, cunt, fuck, shit, bitch, asshole, and all the other stuff. This video is not for you because I might be using all of the above. And please excuse the fact that I'm smoking a Black and Mild during a cigarette diaries. I always smoke other shit other than puff on my fake cigarette, but it's still here. Soon it'll make its debut in another video or whatever. But anyways, I'm not smoking a hookah tonight. I should light that bitch up, but you know, I just started pressing record and I had a black anyway, so you know, anyways, I want to go ahead and give a shout out early to my girl Twinkeez2003 here on YouTube for sending me her Maya butter. It's like a shea butter product for natural hair. You can use it for your elbows, you can use it for dry skin or whatever. So it smells good too, y'all. It smells good. I got my little 4-ounce batch here, and also she sent me a pretty interesting postcard. The reason why I say that is because I'm just gonna read it to y'all because y'all gonna laugh at this shit. It says, if you are the neighbor opening this, it ain't yours. Knock on Erica's door and give her her shit. P.S. Don't send your daughter either, because y'all remember my neighbor ended up stealing my wig. The what was the name of the wig? I forgot the name of the wig. A Marie, yeah, A Marie wig, and ended up bringing it back. The daughter brought it back, so she made sure that this would get to me by putting this on the card. It also says, hey Erica, I hope you enjoy my Maya butter. Love watching your videos. Keep up the good work. AKA Twinkies. I'm not gonna, you know, tell you her real name because she probably don't want her real name out there. But anyways, thank you Twinkeez2003. I do have the Maya butter. It comes with a little card with her face on it. My camera won't zoom in. There you go. With her face on it, and you know, the ingredients on here, well, parts of her ingredients on here, and I just can't wait to start using it on my natural hair because I've been having trouble with dryness as well as itchy scalp, and it's supposed to help. So I keep you updated on the Maya butter usage, as well as, you know, the shea butter is coming, but if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the same thing as the shea butter, so I'm glad I can start off on this first. Anyways, let me go ahead and get started on my cigarette diaries. Again, thank you Twinkies. I almost dropped this shit, sorry y'all. Anyways, I want to talk about old school shit, like old school moms. Probably all of you guys won't relate with it because I grew up with a black mom, and of course I'm black, and my mom did some real black mother shit, and I'm pretty sure some of my black viewers is gonna agree with me on this, on some of the stuff that, you know, I couldn't stand growing up or just happened to have an encounter with growing up. And I know when my mom watched this video, of course she's gonna say I curse too much, but she already know how it is. I apologize, mother, in advance, but she's gonna see that some of the stuff that she has done to us as kids, you know, I didn't really agree with, or I found it funny or comical or whatever, or some of the shit is embarrassing too. So I'm gonna name some shit. I know you guys probably wonder why I wrote it down. You already know weed eats up the memory cells, and I just need the list to remember what the hell I'm gonna say next. And also, even if you're not, like, if you haven't been raised from a black mother or whatever, maybe some of this shit that's on this list you can still agree with, but I'm pretty sure that all of you guys are not going to relate. I'm just going to say that this is basically what like my mother, because she's a black mother, had embarrassed me on or what have you. So I'm just going to go ahead and start off. Growing up, always been hilarious. Our family always been hilarious. I wish that my family was like the Shoutouts, because we are just basically a black Shoutout family. I don't know if you guys know who Shoutouts is, but it's Shoutouts is someone here on YouTube, a family that always do video blogs and everything. And I wish that growing up we would have the camera to basically take note of everything that went on in my family growing up, because my family is very comical. Y'all already met my brothers and everything. You haven't met my sister or my mother yet, but hopefully soon you'll meet them too. But growing up, shit just always been funny, you know what I'm saying? And you know, we had our bad times too, times where we cried, you know, when our mother used to whoop our ass, you know, get the ass whooping either from a switch or a belt, however, you know, your mother preferred whooping your ass. Don't you hate when your mother used to beat your ass and she used to be like, shut up before I give you something to cry about, as if you wasn't crying about the first reason that she gave you something to cry about, which is the ass whipping. So why would mothers, black mothers out there, say shut up before I give you something to cry about? We were already crying about the first thing. So you know, that was crazy. Another thing is when you get caught in something, whatever situation it is, your mom be like, tell me the truth and I won't beat you. Like, how would they know what the truth is? Like, even if we tell them the truth, you know, sometimes, you know, mothers don't want to hear the truth, or even when they do hear the truth, they still whoop that ass, you know what I'm saying? So that's another thing on the list. Another thing on the list is, like, I don't know about y'all mothers, but I know my mother did this. And like, I know, like I said, if my mama's watching this video now, she can agree with me on this. I always found it weird that my mom ate powdered starch, like right out the box. Powdered starch. That was like the weirdest thing ever, but it was also comical too, because she have like powder all right on her chest area. If she wearing a black shirt, she fuck up her shirt by eating powder, or either she'll just get a spoon and eat it right out the box. So maybe you guys can relate on that shit too. But that was like weird to me, and I must admit I did stick my hand or a spoon in the powdered starch before to see exactly what it tastes like, you know. So that's another thing. I end up eating powdered starch, like sneakily eating powdered starch, you know what I'm saying? I did that plenty of times. I think when my sister was pregnant, she also was craving like powdered starch, or she craved the smell of Comet, you know, the powdered Comet that you clean the bathrooms with. That's weird, but anyways, I'm pretty sure some of you guys can relate to that shit. But let's see. Another thing on the list that oh, I absolutely hated this when my mom did this, you know, and I said this on Facebook one time too. My mom, like, she let us go outside and play. You know, you gotta be home before the street lights come on or what have you. And you know, she find out that we was playing with, say for instance, LaQuisha down the block, and she be like, oh, you went in LaQuisha's house? Yeah, I went in LaQuisha's house. Why black mothers want to know what the other person's house look like in the inside? She be like, is their house clean, or you know, is their house look better than our house, or some shit like that. Like, that was like so funny to me and shit. But I hated answering the question about is somebody's house clean or not, or you know, what their house look like in the inside. I just never understood that, you know what I'm saying? Another thing, I don't know, maybe you guys can relate to that too. Another thing is okay, this never happened to me, but I did see this growing up, you know, like in middle school. I see a lot of black mothers go to their kids' schools with a big ass moo-moo on and rollers in their head, like they just, you know, took the, you know, rolled up their hair with the hair rollers, like a roller set and everything, and walk into school to embarrass their kids. Now that's some embarrassing shit. My mama never did that, but I did see a few of my classmates' mothers do that shit. But nowadays, in 2011, you know, the mothers now will probably go to the school with some shit skimpy or up their ass, some Daisy Dukes or some shit. You know, the world has changed a lot, but back in the school days, I know some of you guys could relate to that. When your mother come into school and embarrass the hell out of you by what she have on and the rollers in her hair. Another thing is, I don't know about y'all mothers, but my mama always had plastic runners going through her house to where she didn't want her carpet to be fucked up at, because of course she got kids and you know kids fuck up carpets, but she always had plastic runners in her house. I hated that shit, especially because like I said, my brothers them are comical as well as my sister. They used to always turn the you know covers over, and it's those pointy little things on the plastic covers, and it used to be like a joke or something. You walk on a plastic cover and you walking on those pointy little, you know, things, and you fuck up your feet and shit. Now, I hated that shit. Or old school mothers, black mothers had those beads hanging from the ceilings, or either those big ass plants in their house, like you walking in the fucking jungle because it's plants growing vines down the damn wall and shit like that, or just plants just right hanging up on the ceiling and shit where you have to water the plants every damn day, or take the plants outside so the rain, it could catch some rain or some shit. I used to hate that shit too growing up and shit. Maybe you guys can relate on that. Another thing is what black mothers used to do is home fucking remedies, and nowadays they still do home remedies, but one home remedy that I really hated, and I still don't understand why my mom used to do this to this day. She used to bribe us with chocolate or money or something to take this home remedy called castor oil to get rid of the worms. I never thought I had worms growing up, but she used to put like sugar in it to, you know, sweeten up the taste and everything. But castor oil was so fucking nasty. I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but my mom did it all the time, and it is so nasty. If you ever had castor oil with, you know, sugar, or just castor oil by itself to get rid of the worms, boy, you can relate to that. You know, I hated that shit, man. So, mama, if you're watching this, you know, I actually called my mom to ask what was the name of the stuff that she used to give us. So, you know, she kind of got the clue that I was doing a video on this. So, I know she's watching. So, yeah, mom, I really did hate that. It was so disgusting or whatever. And then another thing that my mom used to have, she used to have fake big-ass wooden forks and spoons on her wall, and not only that, on the table she used to have like a big bowl of fake fucking fruits. Like, why? When you got a house full of kids, we want some real damn fruits. And then the fruits looked so damn real, but they were fake. Like the grapes, green grapes looked real, the oranges looked real, the apples looked real, the bananas, everything in the fruit little, you know, it was like a little, you know, the little table display in the middle of the table, and it was like in a bowl, and it was fake shit, and it looked so real. I never got that, but you know, that's some shit that black mothers do. Maybe white mothers do that too. Maybe you guys, some of my white viewers out there, or Hispanic or whatever nationality you are, maybe you can agree on that too. I don't know why mothers like fake stuff. Get some real fruit and shit. You got kids. Anyways, another thing is, I know, now, let me put the black and mild down for this one. I know for a fact that half of my divas that are out there that do hair on their videos can relate to this, or either just half of the divas that are black. Not even half, probably almost all other divas out there that are black can relate to this. When your mom used to straighten your hair with that big ass straightening comb that you have to put on the eye of the stove so it'll get hot as hell, I used to always be scared because my hair used to still be wet. Like my mom, she used to grease my hair before she straightened my hair, and once that comb hit that hair, and you hear that sizzle, that shit used to scare the shit out of me because I'd be afraid to get burned. But then again, I'd be afraid to move because I don't want to get burnt even worse and everything. So I know that you ladies out there can agree with that, especially my black sisters out there. I know y'all can agree with that. I absolutely hated to get my hair straightened. That shit really hurt because the steam hit the back of your neck and shit. Woo! The Lord knows I hated that shit. And I'm pretty sure some of y'all can relate on that. And then another thing is when your mother used to braid your hair. Another one that y'all can relate on. When your mama used to braid your hair, put beads in your hair, put plaits in your hair, do a jerry curl, whatever that has to do with whatever style she's doing in her hair, and you sit in there and she be like, hold still, and they like crack your fucking neck to turn your head the certain way they want you to turn it and shit. Oh my God, I hated that shit. Sometimes I used to get popped with the comb because I couldn't keep still, and then sometimes I be thinking that I'm really holding still because I'm afraid that she's gonna pop me again, but she ended up telling me to turn this way and turn that way, and the shit gets so confusing. Then I end up getting popped again because I'm just so, you know, confused and everything, that I'm moving all the time and shit. So that whole still shit, oh my God, I hated that. Hating getting popped with the comb and all that. And I really hated to be, you know, because we be in between our mother's legs. Not saying that my mom was funky, because my mama never was funky to me. I never had one of those funky moms, but just being in between her legs and she wants you to hold still and hold your neck a certain way, you start to get that crook in your neck and shit, and you want to move but you can't move because you know your mama gonna whip your ass if you do. Whoa, I hated that. Another thing is, y'all remember those old school phone booths that you used to go into, like where Superman used to change his clothes in and shit? Well, we used to have a way of communicating growing up. Like at our school, if we wanted to get picked up or if we got left behind by the bus, we used to dial straight down the middle, CALLATT, or call collect, and they give you like a certain amount of time, maybe 60 seconds to say your name. So when the other person on the other end pick up the phone, it says you have a collect call from blank. You're supposed to say your name. Instead of us saying our name, we used to say shit so fast so our mother can understand, like, Mama, we got dropped. Wait, Mama, we missed the bus, or hurry up and call me back at this number, you know, because star 69 was the biggest thing back in the days. Hurry up and call me back at this number or whatever, because, you know, once you press star 69, they get the phone booth number, and then they pick up, you know, we hang up the phone, and our mothers call us back on the phone booth and shit. Boy, those was the days for real. I remember those days and everything. So I just wanted to, you know, bring up a lot of shit that maybe you guys could relate to, that I know I hate some of the stuff, and some of the stuff was comical and stuff. Like our mother always used to tell us, give us that whole pep talk before we go in the grocery store: you better not touch nothing. Nothing. You ain't got no money, you ain't paying for it, so you better not touch anything. Because we used to always be the good kids in the grocery store, because we know our mother was crazy as hell. Our mother would just give us one of those hits where, you know, like on the I seen this comedy show the other day, and the man basically described my mother. He said when your mother used to hit you on your back real hard, pow, in your back, and it hurt so bad that you used to cry in a high-pitched note, and then used to hold it like that there. Shit, I used to be that child. My mom used to do some shit like that and everything. But anyways, I wanted to go ahead and just, you know, put out there some shit that you might can relate to and everything on this Cigarette Diaries. And before I leave, I want to go ahead and give a few shout outs from people on my Facebook, like I always do. And while I'm mentioning Facebook, if you guys haven't added me on Facebook, press the subscribe button. It's either up here or up there. It should be a red button that says subscribe to Gigs. Press that button, it'll take you to my main channel. And then on my main channel, on the top banner, it'll have like welcome to my page, blah blah blah. You'll see the Facebook symbol or the Twitter symbol. Hit either one of those, it'll take you to its destination, and do as required. Either follow me on Twitter or add me on Facebook. But I do ask shouts out who wants a shout out all the time on my Facebook page. So I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out to the following. I want to give a shout out to Kiera, shout out to Say Look Like Money 81, aka Say 81. Shout out to Lotta Body 1982 here on YouTube. Shout out to Lip Gloss 1. Shout out to your girl Miss Lips. Check her out on YouTube. It's MZLIIPZZ here on YouTube, y'all. Check her out. Check out my girl Pecan Pie 83 here on YouTube, as well as Jade Lover 521. Shout out to Roberta Bewley. Her and her ladies are heading on a girls trip to Jasper, Alberta, Canada, and they're gonna celebrate a friend's birthday. So shout out to Roberta Bewley as well as her friend. Happy birthday to you. I hope you guys have a safe trip to Canada. I always wanted to go to Canada. I probably still do, but you know, you never know. Shout out to Carnell Bailey, even though I don't think he watches my videos, but shout out to him too. Shout out to Javier Casimir. Shout out to Marissa Atkins. Shout out to Marcy, to the old princess here on YouTube. Shout out to Crystal R. Moore Mohaya. Happy birthday to Sheila Juicy Fruit Johnson. Shout out to Laura White. Shout out to Danielle Scott. Shout out to the Budget Queen here on YouTube. That's my girl. Shout out to Candace Bivens, coming from Phoenix, Arizona. Shout out to Akash from Amman. And shout out to Green Eyes, aka Corey, as well as Erica CR121 here on YouTube. Shout out to Akia Go Lightly. Shout out to Cheney Andrews. And shout out to Mandeep Gill. I want to give a personal shout out to my friends over there at the Best of the Rainbow, Princess as well as King. Shout out to you guys. I'm so glad to see a video from you guys. And also shout out to my girl Twinkeez2003. And if it wasn't for this lady, there would be no me, nor my brothers and sisters. Shout out to my mother, Bridget Green. I know she's watching this video. Shout out to her. Bridget Green Campbell, my bad, because she did get married like 2 years ago. So shout out to her, as well as my stepfather, George. Y'all have a good night. This is your girl, Gigs. Bye.